Hey everybody, welcome back to Overland, Florida. I'm Kevin. I'm out here with my buddy Will. And we have James, who has another surface drive boat out here today. And we're at Camp Mack out in Lake Wales, Florida. This is a Guy Harvey resort. And we're about to launch the boats. It is about 8:50 in the morning. We're in line right now with some airboats up ahead of us. And we're gonna enjoy the Kissimmee chain of lakes today. We're not really sure where we're gonna end up today. This is a rather large chain of lakes. You can actually get all the way to Lake Okeechobee through the Kissimmee River, and you can go either to the west coast or the east coast once you get to Lake Okeechobee. So got a full tank of gas here, got another one there. We can go roughly like 140 miles or so. Not much. Will's got the turtle box right here. This thing is really cool if you guys like music or listening to music anywhere. It's got really good sound quality. And we'll walk up here. Nothing really new to the truck, although I'll show you guys this later. Last time I was in North Carolina, my dad and I made a drawer system. So I got one big drawer on this side, and that's a slide out right there for my refrigerator. A little update on the truck. And here is the surface drive. It's not every day I get to sit in the back of my boat and get launched. We're now leaving Camp Mack. We're in a canal heading towards Lake Hatchineha. And once we get to Lake Hatchineha, there's three things we want to do. There's a couple campsites we want to check out, and there's also the port in Lake Hatchineha. That's a little restaurant. So we're gonna screw around Hatchineha until probably the restaurant opens up, get some food. And there's the awesome surface drive right there. We're at the first potential campsite on Lake Hatchineha. It is pretty shallow through there, even though I have a tiller. I was able to just get really close to shore. Definitely gonna need a weed whacker probably, or just come out here often enough where it just gets trampled on. But once you get past the alligator nests and the snake pits, this is actually really nice campsite right here. Got a little fire pit, got some good trees for hammocks. I think, let's see, you get a good sunset over here on this side. And then if you walk out to this point over here, you get the sunrise in the morning as well. Just gotta bring a couple bags of firewood and be squared away. So that was campsite number one. Now James is gonna take us to another potential campsite. I don't know if I'll be able to get to it though, because it's pretty much an airboat trail, so he'll have no problem on it, but I don't think I'll be able to do it. I'm not sure how many baby alligators are under here and snakes. We're at campsite location number 2. Mainly an airboat trail right here, but if I had a surface drive and James really wanted to have some fun, we could definitely get the boats a lot closer. Not sure about all this. Oh, that was deep. Not sure about all this muck though. This is a really beautiful site. You get a really good view of the sunrise in the morning. There's even picnic tables if you want a hammock camp. Some of the trees are pretty far apart. Your best bet would probably be these cypress trees right here. That was a pretty good site, nice and big, but that's more for an airboat because they can go all the way up on the grass and land, where we gotta walk all the gear through this water. Some of these are pretty deep. Oh, that's that's not a good spot right there. Alright guys, I think it's time that I get a surface drive. So if anybody wants to buy my boat, I'll put that money towards a nice surface drive. So we have like an hour to kill until the restaurant opens up, and there's a couple creeks that we're gonna check out with the boat, and we couldn't really find one. This is the entrance right here, but we lost James, and James just called Will and said he's stuck. So leave it to the surface drive boat to be stuck in the weeds, and we made it with my little tiller all the way back here, and it's really shallow. Will's standing right there in the little sandbar. So we're gonna go find James and see if we can get him unstuck. So he's stuck way over here in these cattails. My boat's probably not gonna get too far in there, but we're gonna try. Turn this thing into a surface drive. Hey, we're gonna have 2 stuck boats. Leave it to the old river hawk to get us back here. How are you stuck?
Are you trying to take advantage of us back here?
Yeah.
That's me. I've been pushing on this motherfucker. It's been just him.
Well, why'd you go that way? There's a whole freaking highway right here to go down. How's it stuck? Just wrapped up in the weeds?
Yeah, I think the back end is down.
Oh.
It's certainly on like this one.
How about this water's so muddy my engine stopped peeing water? I had to shut it off. It wasn't peeing any water out the side. Luckily, it was really easy to get James's boat off those cattails. It was really muddy and soupy back there, so my intake grate on my lower unit was clogged up with mud and everything, so I wasn't really getting any water to my water pump, so I had to keep cleaning off the grate, tilting the motor up. Luckily, the motor didn't overheat, didn't come close to overheating or anything. I was able to catch the water not shooting out of the little pee hole on the side, but luckily I caught that. We got the boat out. Hannah called. She woke up late at Camp Mack, so James and Will took the surface drive all the way back to Camp Mack to pick up Hannah. They're on their way back now. It's probably maybe like a 35-minute round trip on the boat from here back to Camp Mack and all the way back. So I went ahead, got a table for 4. I am at the port on Lake Hatchineha, so we're gonna get some good food, enjoy the rest of this good weather that we're having today. Hopefully the wind doesn't pick up. On shallow lakes like this, it does get pretty choppy, and I just don't really want to sink my boat again, but I don't think that'll be an issue today. There's a boat ramp right here, and I'm just watching everybody back their boats down into the water and enjoy a nice day on the Kissimmee chain of lakes. On the canal that goes back to Camp Mack, and all up and down here there's little spots like this to swim, just chill in the water, and as you can see over there, there's just boats lined up on both sides, pretty much all the way down where there's like a little sandy spot. So we claimed this little spot that was open, and we're just cooling off in the water because I think it's like, it feels like temperature of 100 degrees out today. Not really any clouds. But yeah, it's fun. There's like droves of airboats that just come through, like 4 or 5 at a time. My little boat's doing great, even though I drove through all the cattails and lily pads and everything. I didn't get stuck. Floated pretty shallow. There's some spots where the water's probably, you know, maybe 5 inches deep, and we were just scraping by. Top is probably the best investment. That was like 130 bucks on Amazon. They make all different sizes. Here comes some more airboats. It's fun to just come out here and just people watch and watch all the different boats. Even though the water felt amazing, we ended up getting out of the little hangout spot there on the Kissimmee River, and we made it all the way to Lake Kissimmee State Park. So that's like their little general store. You can get ice, you can rent kayaks and canoes, and they have a boat launch and everything here. And we actually rode the golf kit here yesterday just to check it out, and we talked to the lady in the little general store, and she said they're gonna have a packed campground this weekend. And I can just tell right now from all the chaos, there's a lot of people here. There's actually a tour bus over there, and I guess there's like a huge Boy Scout troop camp out or something like that here as well. So looks like Will's got the ice coming back on the dock, so I'll go pick him up. But on the way here, there were some little video clips. We were on airboat trails, and the water was actually so shallow, even though we were on plane and I had the engine tilted up, we were still scraping the bottom. And if I would have stopped, we would have been pretty stuck because the water was too shallow to get back on plane. But we made it, surprisingly. Some of the water was only a few inches deep. You could just look down and just see the sandy bottom. But it was a lot of fun. We're gonna take the same route on the way back, so it'll be just as skinny water. So this is the canal leaving the state park. It's pretty boring. The banks are really high and there's grass on them, so you really can't see anything. It's pretty hot, so we haven't really seen any wildlife. You'll see some little holes like that. I don't know if that's from alligators, maybe some turtles. But once we get on the other end of this canal, we can go back up to speed. This is all no wake through here. So once we get past these kayakers right here, we're gonna get back on an airboat trail. And this is where power, trim, and tilt come in handy. Because as we're going along, we're probably going like 18 to 20 miles an hour. And some spots we're scraping the bottom, which is really sandy. And I can just reach back with the button and tilt the engine up even further so we can just keep going. Because once you stop and you get off plane, you're just stuck at idling, you know, a few more miles till we get to some deeper water. So the plan is to get back on the airboat trails and go back to the Kissimmee River and chill in the water again, or maybe go back to the campsite. When we drove the golf cart over this bridge yesterday, it got super shallow on the other side, I could tell. So if you want to get eaten by a Florida alligator, this is how. All right, Hannah, your time to shine.
What's up, YouTube? Don't make me do this.
So don't tell Hannah, but about 100 feet away there's an alligator. And we totally lied and said there were no alligators out here, so she'd come in the water. But she's still alive.
He's lying to me.
So we were all just in the water, and I don't know if you can see, but an alligator came like within 6 feet of us. It's only like, it's like a 4-foot alligator, but its head came up right next to everybody when they're in the water, so we got a little scared, but we're gonna go back in there and claim our territory. So all of us were sitting right there in the water. I got up to get something out of the boat and everybody started running and I thought they were joking. And we turned around, the alligator was about 4 to 6 feet from everybody. And I wasn't holding my GoPro, but fortunately I got it on my camera cell phone. So I have a picture of it on my Instagram and a video of the alligator that close, but I don't have it on the GoPro. So we changed locations. We went all the way to the other end of the channel and look at this sunset. It is beautiful out here. We're still in the water. We haven't seen any alligators. Here come James and Hannah on the surface drive right here. But it's just a beautiful weekend out here. It's kind of breezy now. It feels great. The water's nice and warm because it's been cooking in the Florida sun all day. So it's just really peaceful. I really wish Jillian was here, but she couldn't make it this weekend. But it's a lot of fun. This is only about 55 minutes from our house. So this might be our new hangout spot. The sunset was amazing. We've missed it by the time we got all the way up here. It's about 8:40 in the evening and that's still the sunset going down. It's really breezy, so it's probably gonna sound really loud on the GoPro. But there's everybody just chilling, watching the sun go down. There's my boat over there all lit up. And that is Lake Kissimmee right there. Huge lake. I think it's like 65,000 acres or something like that. So all the airboats that are up there are just now leaving. Apparently we're blocking the ramp on the way down, but they're going off the backside and then going across the water right here. It's pretty cool to watch at nighttime. Sun's still going down, it's about 9 o'clock. So we made it back to the campsite. Will was nice enough to bring his toy hauler out here. I think it's like 45 feet. This thing is huge. A lot of room for everybody inside. We got his truck here. Luckily these campsites don't have a limit. Like if you go to State Park, you can usually have like 1 trailer and 2 vehicles, but we got trucks on all sides. We got the surface drive right there. We got my little Riverhawk right here. James is nice enough, he brought hamburgers and hot dogs, so we're cooking that right now. Later tonight I'm gonna make a cobbler for everybody to eat. And luckily we were able to bring the golf cart, because you can have golf carts all over this campground, and also we're right next to Kissimmee Lake State Park, or Lake Kissimmee State Park, so we can take the golf cart all through the state park. Came in really handy. And yeah, this is just a little tour of our campsite.